wanted from their parents. I tried that BS too one time, and that's all it was BS. Because none of y'all kids would want to be like anything we've seen where these little other kids in bad situations or less than ideal situations are when they have to wake up and go to school. So it's easy to say, it's easy to look a parent in their eye and say and question what their decisions made when you weren't the one that had to make it, nor would you have to live with the results.
Been a performer that puts her soul into everything for mad long. When you watch them, the shows that they put on are not the same. They are not comparable at all.
Started off as clout chasey, and he just kept begging and begging in his own comedic way.
Mm-hmm.
Club Shay Shay had enough of it. I don't think the frequency of money that's been coming in is keeping them afloat on what.
You don't think after the Renaissance tour?
I think that stuff costs a lot more than what you think.
This podcast is sponsored by Graffiti Tax Services. For all your tax preparation needs, you can go to graffititax.com. We're going to put the link right here. It should be somewhere. And yeah, you can head to them during tax season. And if you have any financial or tax preparation questions, head to Graffiti Tax Services. They're our new sponsor. Thank you to Graffiti Tax Preparation Services. That's it. That was lit, was it not?
That was good.
Yeah. I did none of that. Shout out to DJ Lubs. Found that on Spotify.
That was one of our first outside mixes. Usually we keep it internal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
it was
wanted to show some love. You know, that too. All right, man. You are now listening to Talk FNF TV. I'm your host, Rhetoric, and I'm with my amazing and wonderful and lovely co-host, Miss Reality. And we back to bring y'all another amazing adventure with us as we navigate pop culture and whatnot, and just give y'all a right frame of mindset to think about these things.
We just here to talk shit. He makes it sound so eloquent and beautiful.
That's what I do.
We're here to talk mess about people you like.
You're going at your heroes. No apologies will be given.
Yep.
All right, man. So last week we did not talk about this, even though I watched the interview. Club Shay Shay. Back in the cycle again, man. This guy continues to do it.
He's not letting these niggas breathe at all. Oh, he's keeping his foot on the podcasters' necks.
He is on all y'all fools' necks. And he got y'all in a headlock. Y'all don't know what to do. Like everybody that I see that was a bigger podcaster or been doing it a little bit longer, they are just upset that he is able to create this kind of number.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Club Shay Shay isn't really any like that much different from any other podcasts that have like a interview form. It's just like, I guess people like Shannon. He has like a unk vibe. It's like inside y'all drinking cognac, y'all talking shit. It's
a comfortable environment. It's a comfortable environment.
Yeah,
but
it's a warm environment too. It seems it gives you like that aesthetic. And
it seems like men are upset that they have not been invited to the table because there has been a lot of conflict that's been brewing. So first off, we can just get into Mike Epps.
Oh yeah.
So Mike Epps has been since the Cat Williams episode, he's been making mention to Club Shay Shay, either talking about Cat Williams or even making jokes.
He straight up said that he wanted Cat to say something about him because he has a comedy special coming up.
Oh yeah, and it started off as clout chasey, and he just kept begging and begging, in his own comedic way.
Mm-hmm.
Club Shay Shay had enough of it. He went on his show. He spoke about it. He was very discreet. He doesn't throw names out. He just says that mofo and all that other, country jazz that he likes to pull. But he was just going off that mofo. He was saying he tired of the nonsense. Everybody hating on him because he done got a lot more popularity.
Mm-hmm.
And he just essentially said he was going.
Which is crazy because he was mad popular to begin with. He was just popular in a very he was popular.
It was more niche.
Yeah.
But no, now he told he's gonna pull up on Mike Epps. He said he was gonna pull up on him. He told him what it was.
And then Mike Epps was like, I'm old. I don't fight. I'm going to shoot you in your ass. You can pull up if you want to.
But he did say that he lied. He did say that he did go at Club. He did try to get on Club Shay Shay, and he hit Shannon. So he did.
Well, yeah, he said he was like, I definitely tried to come on. But he has a comedy special coming up. Like, of course he's gonna try to.
I mean, like I said, he even said that earlier on that he's trying to get some clout going.
Yeah, he's trying to get some marketing.
So I just thought it was lame once he went to the gunplay talk. Because, I mean, once we get there, you taking it out of words. It's not fun anymore after you do that. I think that was the main consensus.
It's already not fun.
Oh, it's fun when they're talking trash to each other.
Well,
I'm having a good
Shannon
time.
already said I'm gonna pull up on you. So
Yeah.
it already. I feel like it
can get
not fun when he said that already.
No,
Like
no.
Shannon already took the fun out of it. He did it
No.
initially.
Once you pull up on him, you can.
Plus, Shannon is big. Like Shannon will whoop Mike Epps' ass.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
So Mike, like, of course, Mike got on and he was like, "You could do that. I'm not gonna fight you 1-on-1. That's not a smart thing for me to do. I have to have weapons."
Yeah, because he basically said that, Indiana is going to be where the NBA All-Star game is going to be at.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm gonna see you. So like, you could do that. I'm just not like it's not gonna be a fair fight. I'm gonna shoot you," which I fully support because he can't, as a black man, he can't be like, "I'm calling the police."
He can't do that. Even though that's probably what you would have did.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't have shot shit. You
No.
probably would have just called the police.
That's exactly. I was like, oh, he might say that he's gonna call the police, but he's probably not because he's black, and that's not gonna go over well.
Well, he's
with
not
our
Charleston
community.
White, so Charleston White, the only nigga who can call police on niggas.
He
only
can't
comedian.
do that. So the only thing he could say was, "I will shoot you."
Because Mike Epps, if you got into a tussle with Shannon Sharpe, he would have your ass hemmed up.
He would fold him up like a chair.
It'd be like his daddy whooped him. He was like one of them whoopings he got from his daddy back in the day.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it would feel like.
Call your daddy.
That nigga put him in a headlock, make him say sorry in front of a camera in front of everybody.
Yeah, like that would not be a fair fight. You have to shoot Shannon Sharpe.
And then
You must, if he's threatening you with bodily harm. The only
or run.
option you have,
Fight or flight.
if you're not a man of his physical caliber, is to shoot him. Like,
It's very few.
it's not like, I don't think it was that serious, him saying that he got that pew pew on him and he got that thing for him, because that's the only option this man has.
So Shannon must have got that call from Disney. Bob Iger and them folks called him up and said, "Hey, Shannon, what you doing, my brother? Can't be out here doing all that." So then he ended up, making a tweet where he said that he apologized. Him and Mike Epps gonna make things up and they gonna handle everything like man and gentleman and all that stuff. So I mean, it ended that way. But
the bag is way bigger than whatever you would get from a beef with Mike Epps, Mr. Shannon Sharpe.
But Mike Epps again was not alone. Corey Holcomb, the bully.
I'm tired of
himself.
talking about this nigga. Oh my god.
He been one of the main ones going at Shannon, calling him gay. Shannon addressed him too a little bit. On his last episode of Nightcap, he was like, "It's another one of y'all that he just keep running his mouth. He want me to respond to him." And then Corey Holcomb on his page, he had said a whole bunch of shit talking about, "Oh, we know we just messing with you, but we do think you're a little crazy." And then he told him to come over here and fuck his co-host. You know the little shawty that be on there with him?
No, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, so he got a little female co-host that be acting, she be getting thirsty over Shannon. So he told
I want
Corey
you to love yourself.
But no, I just see like it's just hate. That's all it is between these guys. It's nothing but hate. They see him on his trajectory.
Yeah.
They want a piece of it, and he not giving it to him, which I don't blame him. Cause y'all not getting
shit.
Y'all niggas is moving way corny. Like Mike Epps, you was doing good shit on the mic. Once he kind of went at you, I mean, you had to do what you had to do. But Corey Holcomb Shannon continued to ignore that brother. You ain't getting nothing from that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the actual conversation he had with Monique. So it went into a lot of her, beef that we already know she had with Oprah. Tyler Perry was another one that came out with what she said, and she had to record it.
She did, and she let Shannon listen to the recording beforehand.
His response hurt me. That really was that broke me when his initial response.
No, he has to do that on the cameras.
Why are you recording? That's my problem. Like, don't victim blame. Don't sit here and when she gives you information, somebody admitting a wrong to her, asking her why she recorded it. You know why? Because these people lie.
You don't think that Shannon, when she played it for him, like before, was like, "This is crazy, fully on your side, gonna sensationalize this when the cameras come on. Be prepared for that."
I don't feel like that's sensationalizing it though.
You can take it. You victim blaming on purpose.
No, I don't feel like it because the way he responded it sounds too common of what I've heard from other men when women have gone to them in distress.
Now I'm on Shannon's side. Let me switch it up real quick.
That's
not my bag at all. That's
not
not
your
my brand. No, that's not my brand.
I'm not gonna lie. It hurt me because and she said it to a point too where she was like, because she's a bigger woman and black, and she's not gonna let nobody just walk all over her for those things, it's gonna rub people the wrong way more often than not. And it just showed right there in that instance, like that is exactly what she's gotten through the whole process is, well, why are you doing this to defend yourself instead of why are these people doing this to you when they shouldn't be?
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, that's messed up. Like you don't want to see, like, and I've seen that before growing up. Like I remember, like there was a little girl when I was like 3rd grade, and she was a heavy set girl, and people were just so mean to her for no reason.
People just be mean to fat people.
Yeah, they were just like no reason to be mean to her, and people would just like say she was all this nasty stuff and all that, and it was like she was just nice. She would just smile and all this other stuff, and people were just so mean. It was crazy.
There are a lot of people I've seen, especially on TikTok, like girls who have gone through weight loss journeys who get skinny and then they realize that like people treat them different now. Like people treat them nicer. Like, and like they get sad. There was one I literally saw yesterday. She was like, I'm happy that I lost weight, but like I realized that people were treating me terribly because I was fat, and that sucks to realize.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, when you kind of just look back at it, like people are going to treat you differently. Just like, I know people said like when you wear your hair a certain way, like you can say you've experienced that, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's awful.
Every black woman experiences that. When you wear a certain type of hair, you attract a certain type of man.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean it's tough to when you think about it in totality because you want to rationalize it, but at the same time, like you can only look at it through like the prejudice lens where that it comes from. People have associated certain characteristics with lower tier, and that's why they project that on you.
Mm-hmm.
But it just like it came through even what she said with Taraji, and we spoke about with the Taraji thing going on and how people were more receptive to her and her tears because she came as weak rather than assertive, and also her aesthetically more appealing than Monique would be.
And
a lot of people didn't want to touch on that, but it was the truth. Like y'all were willing to talk about Taraji, because y'all like Taraji and Taraji fixed an aesthetic that you're more comfortable with in a victim standpoint, and Monique didn't do that.
Do you think that the general like consensus about Taraji was like people were more empathetic towards her than they were towards Monique?
100%.
You don't think it was like the same?
No, 100%. I think, of course, there are people like me who have the criticism overall just because I'm looking at it as a numbers thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have people who are just gonna be like, shut up and just take it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it wasn't like what happened with her, because remember she even talked about this. Charlamagne gave her donkey of the day. They didn't do that for Taraji.
No, they definitely didn't.
Like, so people were actively shitting her. I was critical of Monique during that time, but it was because of a specific reason. She was trying to get money for stand up, and her biggest award was coming from the acting, Precious.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it just felt like you're asking for to be pushed into to be getting to this number that you want, when at least for the greater part of the last, that it was probably like a decade of that time, maybe half decade, you weren't in stand-up situations. People were not seeing you in stand-up situations at a regular basis.
And then, let me be messy, when you finally did do stand-up, it was terrible. It got like maybe one giggle out of me.
Yeah.
You motherfuckered us to death.
It was
like, it was
that.
crazy. I felt like I was listening to like a like 60s hood drive drug dealer. Like, why were you speaking that way?
It felt like somebody who doesn't go on like stage regularly.
Yeah.
And just thought, oh, the people gonna laugh at me because I'm Monique, rather than
that's
I
not
actually
the case.
got something witty and funny to say.
It was terrible. Like, all of the jokes were like not well thought out. Like, it was weak.
No, it wasn't. It was nowhere up to par to what she was comparing herself to. I mean, granted, Amy Schumer's wasn't that funny either, but
no, that didn't get a giggle out of me either. But like,
it wasn't like they were too far off from each other either. So my thing, I'm always gonna support with her because at the end of the day, what she was talking about when it comes to that acting, yeah, she need to be treated a certain way when it comes to that.
Yeah, and
Like-
Monique has had like stand-up specials that are hilarious. This last one, after all of her battles, just was not.
And the difference in time too as well. Like you have to really, just to kind of get into the nerd stuff of comedy, like you really have to go to the club like almost 2 or 3 nights out the, you know what I'm saying?
You have to practice.
You have to hit the stage. So I don't know if she's doing that. I don't hear people saying that she's doing that. I never hear about Monique being at small places, even in, traveling. So if you're not a traveling comedian and you trying to get stand-up money, that's where I wasn't on her side on that part. Mm-hmm. Everything else, when it came to Oprah, Tyler Perry, what's other buddy name? Lee Daniels, I was all on her side for them. 100% I'm on her side because them folks was doing you wrong. They ain't trying to pay for no promotion, which, again, that's not out of the Hollywood thing. That happens in Hollywood. Folks don't be paying for promotion and all that other stuff. But no, I mean it is.
People don't want to pay for things.
No, it's for real. Like usually when you go overseas and all that stuff, all they'll do is handle your accommodations and travel, but they won't actually pay you for your time. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at her for saying, hey, that's not what you about to get out of me. I told him I was gonna promote in the States. If y'all want me to promote somewhere else, you pay me. Nobody wanted to do that. Cool. I'm not mad at her for any of that. If you gonna do what's like, again, if y'all ain't going out of y'all way for me, I'm not going out of the way for y'all. Business is business. Because like she said, like once people feel like they can take an inch, they're going to try to take the whole mile. Mm-hmm. So the D.L. Hughley part I wanted to touch on too with her. Did you know about some of the stuff that she was saying with D.L. Hughley?
I didn't even know she mentioned D.L. Hughley.
She did mention it a little bit.
I didn't see any of those clips.
Yeah, so she did.
I didn't watch the whole interview.
I watched the whole thing. She did mention a little bit. She did talk about what had happened to one of his daughters, in which he had spoken on this too, where one of them was assaulted by somebody that he knew, and there was just a lot of funny business with that. I ain't gonna put nothing on his jacket in between it. She spoke to say like, hey, you sat there and let stuff happen to your family. That's the kind of dude you are. And then she also spoke to when she went on her show. He wasn't on the show, but I think her name is Jasmine. It's his co-host. Mm-hmm. She was on the show with her. They had a good time until they did a little game where she asked her, what would you rather? And she said, would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom or sleep with Corinne Stephens without a condom? She took super offense to that and then went out to DL. DL didn't put it out, but basically said, this is how we do around here. He's responded to it, shitted on her husband. Sydney's been catching strays left and right.
Yeah, he has.
And again, this is what I say. It always goes back to what I say. I'm always right about these situations. Woman's success is just a measuring tape for your failure. And that's all everybody keeps doing. Calling this nigga a pimp. They say he using her. They say he taking advantage of her. She got to pay for it. That's what DL, he's all saying all of this. He's saying he got to pay for attention. You got to pay for your man. It's messed up.
That is messed up.
But DL, you messed up too, sir.
I didn't even see any of this.
She actually spared you because she didn't even talk about the other thing, about how he had another child, and that child got killed by the girlfriend's boyfriend.
Wait, what?
So he had an affair on his wife.
Mm-hmm.
The woman gets pregnant. Mm-hmm. She then has a boyfriend that ends up killing the child.
What?
Yeah. And in his mind, he didn't even do nothing. This is what the story he accounted for. He didn't do anything about it, and he was essentially relieved that the child was no longer going to be a responsibility that he would have because of what happened. This is something he all spoke to.
So a man is in jail and a child is dead, and you're relieved.
That's what he has said. He was relieved at the time.
That's messed up, D.L. Hughley.
So D.L. has had
of yourself.
D.L. has had a track record of like
being
being questionable behavior.
That's ain't shit. If
I do feel as though
relieved the baby is dead.
I mean, it is questionable. I mean,
more than questionable.
I mean, we just had a conversation about Ludacris last week, and when he wanted the baby after it got here, it was
how he stole the baby.
Yeah, so that's alleged, but that's not stealing because he went to court. But again, if he said he didn't want it and then she still had it, he clearly said he didn't want it, right? That's what y'all was saying.
Oh, he stole the baby.
But it is fucked up to say you was relieved. That was wild to say publicly.
The baby is dead, and you're saying you're relieved? That's crazy.
You could have been like, I was questioning. I had questionable feelings. Like,
yes.
You could have been like, you could have put some better salt. Conflicted is a good word. To say you was relieved was wild.
You can't straight up say you're relieved, even if you were. You cannot admit that, sir. You like willing to admit that? That's questionable character.
It was wild. But then they also got into Monique. She talked about her son and their relationship. She said that she had, was praying that they're able to get back to a place where they are, mother son in a real way. And then that's where he spoke up. So I'm gonna play a little clip from his video. He did a 9-minute video.
Yeah, we're not gonna listen to
we're
this.
We're not putting
whole
all
thing.
that. No, sir.
That's too much. He has a lot of feelings.
But I do want to just get into it because I think he discusses a lot of interesting points. And I'll get into it once we listen to it. I don't want to ruin it. And
there's one thing about a woman with daddy issues, but a man with mommy issues, run! Run!
All right, so here's Shalon here.
My mother does a fantastic job of acknowledging a lot of things, but she doesn't take accountability very well, and anything that she may take true accountability for, it's only at her convenience, in my experience. If I had to guess, her interest in being a mother probably started around the time that she married her daddy and had his children. But that interest, obviously seemed one-sided, and as it should have been. By that time, I'm in my late teens, so to some degree, the neglect becomes easier to hide or validate, I guess you could say. There are now 2 baby boys in the house, that require attention. But still during that time, however, I still watched her enjoy the love and admiration of total strangers more than my own. To this very day, my mother has never expressed to me when, if ever, she became interested in me as her son. That did lead me down the path of questioning my self-worth and struggling to understand the value of a mother in a child's life. In the interview, she also states that she gave me an apology, but an apology to a son from a mother that consciously showed no interest in him holds no weight. There are still women to this day that my mother will give credit to for being more of a mother to me than she ever could. Her assistant, my cousin, being one of them. Every time, though, that my mother would state that she was right here whenever I was ready, that ideology still blows my mind today, that a person could openly admit to being an uninterested, not put my best foot forward type of parent and be so self-centered that they still express to the kid, you have to come to me when you're ready. You got to come to me for us to make this right. Okay. But I'm not sure what my mother could possibly think that she has shown me in the past or have for me now that's not money, goodness gracious, that would make me want to come to her or whatever those feelings are supposed to be.
All right, so you get the gist of what he's upset about, successful kid problems. Oh, my God, my rich parent, I can't see them. All right, so then Ray respond, Sydney and Monique. They respond, so I'll get into their conversation.
We'll watch this play out. And I do want to address this, though, Shalon. When you say her daddy, then that's when mommy gets started, because this has been Uncle Sid your whole life. Uncle Sid knew you before you knew you. So for you to say her 3 sons, yes, you're absolutely right. He has 3 sons. He can't claim you as his son because he's always been Uncle Sid, and he knows your daddy very well.
And love that. And the irony of all of this is not what is said, but what's left off.
Yes.
See, you're leaving off the fact that the last time we laid eyes on you, your mother got you everything you needed for the newborn baby about 3 years ago. You're forgetting about how
he set aside for
I,
money.
from Georgia, am talking you through getting your car after we gave you the half the down payment for it. And you were 31 years of age, 32 years of age.
Talk about it,
and I'm negotiating the deal with the dealer for you as you sit there. And you have the vehicle you're driving right now because of your mother. These are the things that you're leaving leaving out when you're expressing what you're expressing in reference to your mother. You're not expressing the relationship that you have with your father, where you spoke ill to him, not to mention spoke ill to your mother, but somehow your mother and father and I all have a loving relationship and communicate back and forth because of the love that we have for you. The one
like
thing these individuals, and to the individuals out here that oftentimes speak after they've heard one side of the story, there's an old saying, believe half of what you see and none of what it is that you hear. Please don't take our word for it, but what we will convey is this. Those who are parents and have raised their parents up to being adults.
The children. Raise their children up to being adults.
Right on. Those who are parents that raise their children into adulthood know that there comes a time and a place in which they determine their own decisions, their own path. You can have multiple children that are raised in one house, but they act and they take on different things.
I don't love that.
I'm be honest, man. I'm on Monique and them side, yo.
Of course you are.
I'm definitely on Monique and them side with
This
this
is
one.
the third week in a row that we're having a conversation that falls into the same box about whether money or parenting is more, money or time is more important or more integral to parenting. And time again, we've had kids come out and say that throwing money at me was not the best option, which is what he's saying. And then he sat there at the end of what's his name, Shalon.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of his thing, when we cut it off because it wasn't the end, he said, aside from money. So he acknowledged that, like, she has financially supported him and been there for him, and when he needs things, she gives him the things. So I find it interesting that what's his name? Sydney was only able to bring up ways that they've been able to financially support him. He didn't bring up any way that they emotionally supported him. He mentioned that, we got everything for your baby 3 years ago, last time we spoke, but like, do you know that baby? Like, have you seen that baby?
You can't basically make them have a relationship. Like, again, I understand what she says, when you're ready to actually have a relationship, let me know. Because I'm going to say why. The reason why I say why is because at this time, you're an adult. You're not a child. You are an adult now. So I understand, like, hey, you have emotional things that weren't addressed during the parenting. Cool. There's reasons for that. And for him to be a stand-up comedian, it shows in the level of success where passions lie at. Because at the end of the day, that's what got her to drive to what she's doing. There's a lot of people who go after their passions. A lot of people fail at it. Mm-hmm. She was successful. But this is what obsession looks like. This is what sacrifices for what can be a better life in the future looks like. You pay a cost so that something in the future can be worth more than what you paid that cost for.
We agree on that. She got her success at the cost of her relationship with her child.
I mean, she got it at the cost of time. Everybody's going to have to give up time doing something they maybe want to do or could be doing. Child. And I mean, that's what's going to happen though when you're going after this kind of success. When she was in the Shannon Sharpe interview, she talked about when she was a little girl, the thing that she knew she wanted to do the most was be on TV and be famous. That was a driving force for her for almost her whole life. And I don't think people understand that because a lot of people don't have passions. Most people aren't passionate about something. Most people won't run through a brick wall for anything in life. They'll never experience anything about passion when it comes to a craft, work, anything kind of that kind of experience. You're never going to have that kind of passion, and people can't understand it. So it's like you'll see, like, how could you not, be there as a mother for your kid? But it's like she's looking at how can I, as a comedian, someone who is an entertainer, not be out there entertaining, going on the road and putting out my product.
Yeah,
And it's a battle before that. And I can't be mad at her for anybody that makes that choice and that decision, if they fail or if they're successful. Because at the end of the day, I would hate to see the woman she would be if she was stuck just being the mom.
Yeah.
I would hate to see what kind of woman she would be then. Because he didn't say nothing about abuse.
She probably, I don't know if
She'd probably be the precious mama.
But we don't know all that now.
Allegedly then.
But she probably wouldn't be the best mom she could be. Damn it, I forgot what I was gonna say when you were finish what you were saying.
Well, no, I was just saying, like, I'm never going to be upset with someone who makes those choices, those decisions.
Okay, I know what I was gonna say. If you're so passionate about something, like if you've been passionate about something your entire life and this is your driving force for everything, do not have children. Don't. If you're willing to sacrifice time with your kids time and time and time again, months at a time, you know you're not going to be there, don't fucking have kids. Don't have kids. Every single child that has parents that are super famous that didn't have time for them but have all of the things say, yes, the things were nice, but I still wanted my parents' time.
I just feel like it's a cop-out, bro. As somebody
Bro,
who got
don't
everything
have
from their
kids.
parents.
Don't have kids.
As a person who got
Do
everything.
not have children.
As a person who got everything they wanted from their parents, I tried that BS too one time. And that's all it was BS. Because none of y'all kids would want to be like anything we've seen where these little other kids in bad situations or less than ideal situations are when they have to wake up and go to school. So it's easy to say, it's easy to look a parent in their eye and say and question what their decisions made when you weren't the one that had to make it, nor would you have to live with the results.
Okay. I still think you shouldn't have kids if you're going to be more passionate about your career than your child. And then as a person whose parents had more time than money, I don't look back and be like, oh, I wish they had more money than time. No, I've never thought that ever in my life. There's like times where I'm like, oh, maybe I wish I could have done like a summer camp.
Well, that's because you didn't get the worst end of the stick for it. There's a lot of girls who went through similar situations to you and got hurt.
What? I was just in the house.
I'm not talking in the house. They got hurt. They were not protected. Things happened to them. People let things happen to them. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you were lucky and fortunate for your experience.
Things happen to people who don't have money and who do have money.
I'm not saying that it doesn't, but like, again, those two different things. There's a different experience when you go there and one person's talking to the public school counselor about it, and the other one's talking to a professional therapist and is able to get treatment.
So we've seen kids over and over from all walks of life come out and be like, I wish my parent had more time for me, even though they provided for me financially. I don't think that we have seen the opposite in equal amount.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, for one thing, a lot of those kids, they're doing it for clout. They're doing it to get attention. They're trying to make something of themselves, and that's the classic way. Oh, boo-hoo me, my rich parent wasn't there. Duh, nigga, it was being great. Like, they were trying to be out here and be awesome with shit.
Okay, let me ask you a whole different question.
Mm-hmm.
They're, like, developmentally, your parents do have to be there for you. You know this.
I'm not saying that's not the case.
For your psychological well-being.
I'm not saying that's not the case.
For your development, for your, it's
I'm not saying that's the case.
It's one of the things that you need.
Yes. And
as a human being.
Do you think she dropped in 0% of that?
No, I don't think she dropped in 0%. But, like, it wasn't up to par at all.
We don't know that because we could go back and look at it and think, that was it. Yeah. For him, but that's what I'm saying. That's an emotional crutch.
That's the person that it matters to. And that's the person that it was happening to.
And we can all look at it objectively and say, my nigga, you're on some bullshit.
No, that's not what I mean,
you can, but I'm saying I can make that assessment. Yeah. I can look at it again. I grew up in a very privileged and fortunate environment, and for me to fix my mouth to ever again say some shit like, "Oh, I wish you would have put more time than into the work that was giving me the lifestyle that I had." Like, I'm never going to say that. Like, I just look at my life and my experiences. We joked about my Sweet 16 or whatever, me having a Sweet 16, right?
Yeah, gay.
My mom could have covered
As a man, why would you have a Sweet 16?
My parents could have covered that party by themselves. They could have covered it by themselves, and it just would have been my party. Mm-hmm. They opened it up to two other people's parents and let them do like a small payment program so they could enjoy it too. And that's where I'm saying, where I understand how fortunate of a life I live, where my parents could have done something like that and it would not have hurt them at all. They wouldn't even second thought about it. And there was 2 other kids who were my friends. We did a lot of similar things who they could not have that same experience if my mom didn't open it up like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I appreciate that. I understand that.
I think it's really amazing that you got to like rent out a place for a Sweet 16 and all that.
Yeah,
like
so
I always wanted to have a Sweet 16, but I didn't even like ask my parents to do any of that. But I never didn't like a birthday that I didn't have. I never didn't have both my parents at a birthday. I didn't ever not have gifts and a cake and friends and this and that. Like I was always content. I wanted to have a conversation about privilege and what privilege looks like to certain people, because I was literally having this conversation with my best friend today, and I was saying that having people in your corner that care and will go to action for you is a privilege. So I feel like even if I had parents who couldn't financially provide, who couldn't give me the Sweet 16 with the court and the dresses and the tiara and all that stuff, like having them there and as my safety net regardless of anything I grew up privileged also. Even though I didn't have no money, I literally was an immigrant living in basement apartments with my parents. Like, I remember one time I asked my mom why we didn't have a staircase in our house. And she still remembered, like she brought it up to me a couple months ago. She was like, that shattered me. And I was like, bro, I don't know why I said that.
But
like,
I'm saying, listen to her though. It shattered her.
It shattered her completely. But now we have a...
Yeah, now because it worked out. But like,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. And I think that's a lot of the cases that even with this gentleman.
I'm just saying from my perspective, I feel like my mom always, this is a good, my mom always was like, oh, we're not in a good situation. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like,
but you didn't know the opposite.
We're not poor. Like, I'm comfortable as hell and I'm happy as fuck. Like, you're here with me. My dad, I can call him up and he's here within 2 hours max. And I felt like that was a privilege.
But did you ever go to people's houses when you were younger and seen how they were living?
My cousins and stuff, yeah.
See, that was an experience that I would have common very often, where people would come to my house, come to my home, people, young black kids and stuff, and they were shocked to see 3 levels in the house. Mm-hmm. You got a basement and upstairs? Mm-hmm. You got how many bathrooms? How many beds? Like, that was a shock. People didn't see black people who live like that. So for me, it was always an experience where I was the person other kids would realize, oh, my parents are poor. No, for real. That was what it would. That's what would happen. They would realize that because why? Because Fred's mom's always the one taking them to Six Flags. Fred's mom's always the one taking us everywhere, doing things that she's the one getting us food. Like, you realize that as you growing up, like, whoa, like, there's a difference here. My mom could never do this. We talk about anything a quarter of the price of doing something like this, and it's a discussion that feels uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. So it's like never have that, to never feel that kind of embarrassment, never feel like I should be ashamed of anything like that. Like, oh, never having to experience something to say, oh, because I can't afford it. That in and of itself is just does wonders for your confidence in the future.
Yeah, it does. And that's a privilege. That is a privilege. I'm just saying that
saying
my experience also
and I'm not trying
was
to
a privilege.
And I'm not trying to put your experience down or make it less than anything. What I'm just saying, in reality and what the experience is and what you can weigh in the world and what statistics show, like, that is the best thing that you could do. Like, even with you, he's a struggling comedian, and that nigga didn't look like he was anywhere struggling. I know a lot of niggas who they got to be in their car when they do a video like that.
Yeah.
Because that's the only decent place they got around. You was in a living room. You had some funky lights. Like, bro, you have to put things in perspective. No, for real. You got to put shit in perspective, yo. Like, once I was able to do that, and I already looked at people's lives compared to my parents and what they were able to create and their efforts, I was no longer upset about that. I could never look at my parents and be upset about that. And again, I understand what Monique's saying when she says about that, because with me, my parents didn't come from like, oh, I'm going to just do a lot of stuff. It was also a lot of things that I spoke to them, and then we did it. Like, if I didn't ask my dad to do anything, He'll never be like, hey, let's go to a game or go. He would never ask me that. He wouldn't even ask me to come over if he hasn't seen me in weeks. Like it just wouldn't happen. But
Your mom would.
I mean, yeah, she would. But when it comes to that, like I initiate everything, and I don't have a problem with that. You even see with both my parents, I initiate affection.
Yeah, they're just not physical affection.
Yeah, but it's
people.
not. But those are things that you would say. You can see other people scream for and say, "Oh, why don't you do this?" I take it.
That's why physical affection is such an important love language of yours, I think, because neither of your parents' love languages are physical affection.
But I take it from them.
Your dad's love language is acts of service 100%, because as soon as you need him, he's there, and he's there.
Oh, for sure.
Fully.
Oh, for sure. And that's why I don't. And that's why I don't bitch and complain about the stuff that I wish I got.
I think your mom's love language is quality time, because if you go a couple days without calling her or seeing her, she thinks you don't love her anymore. Yeah. So they have different ways of expressing their love to you. It just wasn't physical,
or it wasn't or it wasn't even verbal a lot. Like again, a lot of the things that
both those things are very important to you. Physical touch and acts and
what
words
do I
of
do?
affirmation. His top love languages that he needs.
But that's the thing though. But what do I do? Do I sit there and bitch about my parents not doing, or do I just go up to my mom and get affection from her?
He will force affection on both his parents on a regular basis.
And you're not gonna stop me and make me feel bad about it.
They don't stop him.
And I meet them. If they're saying, this is what you're gonna give me, I'm going to get what I want from my parent.
Yeah, he does that.
And that's at some point what you have. If I can ask my mom to come here and fix like he just did, to buy him a car and do all stuff, then I'm gonna say, just go to the fucking movies.
Not bitch. You're talking about your mom.
But I'm saying, I'm just saying. I'm not talking about my mom. I'm saying him.
Watch this.
I was talking about him.
Just in the same breath. Just don't put it there.
I'm just saying, like, we going to the movies, yo.
Wild,
I'm just saying, yo, like, go out, meet your mama where she is. She's saying she wants to have something with you. Like, all she wants you to do is, it's a relationship, so you have to give and take something.
Again, we don't know the nuances. If Monique has been reaching out over and over and over
no,
again,
she don't have to. If she gave you that option, and you have not taken it,
if she gave you the olive branch and was like, "Son, I'm willing to meet you halfway," then meet her halfway. But if she's just been like, "Here's some money," and then like that over and over again, then I don't know. We both had active moms and dads, so
and the stuff that stuff that I felt like as an older adult, the stuff that I felt like I didn't get, I made it my business to get it. Even if they made them uncomfortable and made them not want anything, they say it's weird. I don't care. I don't care.
That's crazy. I had perfect parents. I didn't feel like I was neglected in any way.
I don't feel like I was neglected.
Neglected. There wasn't anything lacking. I didn't want anything from my parents at all. I wanted to maybe go to a summer camp once in a while, but we didn't have enough money. That's all I wanted. That's it. But like, as far as like physical affection, like words of affirmation, quality time, all of like my parents, both of them covered all of the bases very thoroughly as far as like loving me and making me feel like I'm wanted and loved.
Yeah, I'm
my
just saying,
confidence.
Like, yeah, I mean, again,
is my parents.
Oh, for sure, 100%. But I mean, again, like I said, the confidence that gave me, like, hey, I'm just gonna say this, man. I don't want no hugs from my dads, and man, we was broke, yo. Just saying. Get that PlayStation and that Nintendo same Christmas, nigga. Get that PlayStation up too, nigga. Like, we up. Every PlayStation come, I want it right there, nigga. I ain't never had the old shit. That was y'all, the niggas. Y'all came over my house and played it.
I remember there was one Christmas my mom got me a robe.
That was like in the secondary gifts for me. Like, that was secondary third gift.
I was so mad. I was like, a robe? But then I kept that robe for like a decade.
Like I said, I had the games.
It had cats.
Cousins used to come over. Cousins was all playing my games. They wanted to be on my telescope. You know what I'm saying? My little tracks I had with everything.
My cousins weren't allowed to come over my house because my mom let me watch whatever I wanted on TV.
Well, see, we wasn't like that. I watched whatever I wanted on TV.
Them niggas didn't have a TV. Lame ass niggas. They didn't even have a TV.
I watched
in their
Simpsons
house.
when I was little. Rated R movies
books,
when I wanted to.
Boo, nerds.
I had it good. I had it real good. Appreciate that, Shirley and Fred. My niggas. Y'all had it straight. Super Bowl Sunday has just passed us here.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the T Swifty Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs came out on top. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes, the only person my dad calls his true son. Had a lot of that going on.
That's a joke that only he subscribes to because his father gets mad every time he tells it. He'd be like, "No, that's not a thing, son."
Yes, it is. It's in my head.
He'd be like, "No, son," or he'll just look at him and laugh and shake his head.
I know you don't care about the game, but again, Kansas City Chiefs won. Shout out to them, 2 Super Bowls in a row. First time I think like 2 decades or something. So shout out to that.
Yeah, the game went into overtime.
Oh yeah, she
for
was
the
pissed.
first time during the Super Bowl in like 30 years or something.
Yeah,
I was so tight because I was already done.
She had checked out.
Okay.
Like I said, we told y'all before, you know, my honey bun here, she hates being anywhere longer than 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? That's why I appreciated her this weekend when for her Valentine's Day gift to me. She took us to the Comic-Con. So we'll talk about that later.
Mm-hmm.
She stayed, 3-4 hours?
It was crazy.
Look at her. Don't play with her. All right, so let's get into the Super Bowl. Usher's performance is what we'll start it at here. I think it was a pretty good performance. I wasn't mad at it.
The vocals were shaky, but
It was shaky.
I think it was the mic. It might have been the mic. I'm not questioning Usher's vocals in general. I think we all know that he knows how to sing.
But it was a lot of movement there.
He was doing more dancing than singing, and I hated his outfit. His outfit was horrible. What were those 3 giant buttons, all sequins? Personally, I fucking hate sequins. I hate sequins with all of my heart. It was so much sequins. And then it was like big, giant strass buttons on his neck. It was like a bolero, like cape poncho type thing. I don't know what it was. It was horrible. Continue.
So he had a lot of different guests there. I think probably the standout was Alicia Keys.
Mm-hmm.
He got a little handsy. Usher got the ushering.
Usher's on the loose again.
This man is problematic, and I don't know if he can be stopped at all.
This nigga is going to be spicy. He's going to grind on your woman. He's going to shake his hips, and he going to swing that dick. Period.
It just made me think about what Keke Palmer's mama said during that video about Usher. Ain't nobody worried about him. They know he liked the men's. That made me think of that when he did like,
Usher also married longtime girlfriend, whatever her name is, of 5 years during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they did say like
they have like 2 kids together or something.
An announcement had came out before the Super Bowl. They had signed for like a marriage license in Vegas, and then they announced it afterwards. So congratulations on that too. I don't understand why
we love.
I don't understand as a rich man why you would feel the need to get married at this age. But hey, do your thing. You just like splitting it in half.
I don't know.
That's what it feel like. At this point, it's just like, hey, baby, you on the ride or not? But that's just my thoughts on it. So Swiss Beats responded to y'all saying that y'all were uncomfortable with his wife kikiing with another man at the Super Bowl. Big ass smile, hips wider than the fucking horizon.
That's not her fault.
You know what I'm saying? Just out here just looking good.
The body was bodying.
You know what I'm saying? Lashes out there, all that.
We'll talk about the makeup and the men thinking she didn't have no makeup after. Continue.
Yeah, y'all men are foolish, but
dumbass niggas.
This is what Swiss Beats had to say. He had to save face. So y'all talking about the wrong damn thing. Y'all don't see an amazing dress covering the entire stadium? Tonight's performance was nothing but amazing with 2 amazing giants. Congrats, Usher, and my love, Alicia Keys. The song is a classic. We don't do negative vibes on this side. We make history. Go see Giants at Brooklyn Museum. It's open until July. Blessings. Prayer emoji, prayer emoji. So, I mean, obviously, Switch, there wasn't shit else you could say. I'm pretty sure you saw this happen during rehearsals.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't nothing you say. And then we all know, Swiss, you got your first baby mama, too. Like, y'all got a little, triple thing going on there, a little triangle thing going on over there, allegedly. And we know that, you know what I'm saying, you're not really tripping about a little extra because you Captain Extra. You got a lot on the side over there. We seen y'all on vacation together. That don't happen unless you got free range with everyone who's there.
I didn't think about that. That does make sense, though. They seem like a more tolerant, like hippie-like sort of couple. more than anything. So I wouldn't think that Swiss Beats would be angry about this. Niggas be angry on behalf of other men, and that's so homosexual of you.
No, you just got to look at your woman when you see something of that and just let her know,
You're gay.
That will never be you. Just
That's
know
it.
That. You just look at your woman, you say, no, that you ain't never getting that familiar with a gentleman.
This nigga looked at me after that and was
Swear
like, if you do that, that's a body. No, it's not.
It definitely is. That's a body. No man needs to be touching you ever like that in any capacity. What do you mean?
If I'm a performer, then I'm a performer.
No, then I'm not. That's why I've never liked performers. I remember I was in college.
He also said that. He was like, I wouldn't be with you if you was Alicia Keys. Fair.
I wouldn't. That's not attractive to me. We could date, but that's not attractive to me to be like, oh, that's my lady. We aligned. No, sir. You could be doing something crazy on TV. No, sir. I was dating a girl who was in drama class, and I seen her kissing a nigga for a play. No, we're done.
But she has to.
Okay, well, we have to be done too.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? No, we're done. I had teachers coming up to me, everything. This isn't fair. You're not. But no, she can keep doing it. I don't want to be a part of it. Live your dream.
I'm not
emotionally,
in it.
That's not the person I am.
Enough for that.
No, that's not nothing about no emotionally. No, it's I want what I want.
You're not emotionally.
No, it's not. That has nothing to do. Emotionally intelligent was me knowing what I wanted.
Ooh, y'all,
and remove myself from that place.
Did I hit that button? Are you triggered?
No, yeah, you're trying to trigger me.
I think you're just not mature enough to be with somebody.
No, it's not. It's not just. Has zero to do with that.
In that way, like an actress. If you're mad at your actor girlfriend kissing somebody for a scene,
I'm just removing myself from the situation. That's not where I need to be at. You don't need to be kissing nobody. Sorry. That's just what it is. You can do all that little fancy look all you want. That's what it is.
I don't know. Let's move on. I think you alone.
I'll be that then. AI vocals. AI vocals were fixed. Because you saw when Alicia tried to hit that note.
She said, ah!
Yeah, that shit was wild. Everybody turned the adrenaline was rushing, man. Niggas was nervous.
Like, Lord, she warmed up a little bit and then she got better. But that initial, that shit was crazy.
I'm not a fan of that, though. I don't like that. Don't switch it up. Let us be able to relive that moment again. That's like if they went back and took the Janet Jackson, just put another boob on him when he, another bra. When he grabbed it. Like, no, don't take away that moment for us.
That.
Why?
Because then she wouldn't have had to relive that over and over.
Oh, my God. The trauma.
Yeah.
The trauma.
Of you being exposed unnecessarily when you didn't plan it to millions of people, yes, that is trauma.
The trauma. All right, so let's get into some of these. Well, let me ask the question. I think it's not, but do you think this is one of the better or the best Super Bowl performances of all time?
Halftime?
Super Bowl performance, yeah. And there's no time to perform.
I'm not a Super Bowl watcher for real. I only watch the things when the black people are performing and not even fully.
Did you watch Prince?
No.
Okay.
How long ago was that?
That was like 2014, I want to say.
Yeah. No. So I'm not I don't think I'm the person to ask.
Okay, that's fair.
I enjoyed it more than Rihanna's.
Well, she couldn't do nothing. She was knocked up, you know.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have been out there anyway, honestly. You really just wasted the NFL's time.
You did.
That wasn't good.
You can't entertain people while pregnant. Just stay your ass home. Yeah, Thank you.
We don't
Bye.
We don't want to see those kind of movements, man.
No. Protect your child at home.
Yeah. So this, I want to say, I don't think it was one of the best ones that I've seen because I did see Prince. I was too young for Michael Jackson. And I did see the Janet and all them. So I've always been a big fan of the Super Bowl performances. But I won't say it's probably top 5 though. I will give it top 5.
Okay, yeah.
It was there. It was definitely there. I think it was a little bit better than the one in L.A. With Dr. Dre and all them. Just because Usher's just such a performer.
Usher is a great performer.
And they put on a really good show.
He's very extra. He's very theatrical. He puts on a show. That's why I think all of
he had my nigga Lil Jon up there.
All of the extraness was for the show. He was behind her like he's really just like, that's just him.
Lil Jon was up there too.
Lil Jon and Ludacris came out. Her came out with her guitar. Apparently, that's a customized guitar. And she's like the first black woman to get that specific customized guitar for her. So that's dope as fuck. She looked so good.
It always
she sounded amazing.
I always get disappointed when I see her.
Why?
Because she's super talented and like she's a very attractive girl. And it just seems like nobody's giving her that push of where she should be.
No,
I feel like she should be way bigger than what she is right now.
she's huge.
And I think she should be way bigger than what she is right now.
Oh,
She actually has real talent.
I think she's huge though. Like she's on Broadway. She's won Grammys already.
I feel like what I'm talking about, just her overall presence should be way bigger than what she is.
I feel like white people know her.
I feel like she should be way bigger than what she is.
I don't know. I feel like you're wrong. I feel like she's huge.
If she was huge, she would be the one doing the Super Bowl. What are you talking about?
Not yet.
My thing is, she should be right now with the skill level that she is and the craft that she is. She should be right there right now.
How long has her been popular for real?
I'm not
like
talking
4
about
years?
that. That's what I'm saying. You keep ignoring. You're talking about listen to the conversation.
She don't have the catalog yet.
Listen, that's also
She maybe dropped like 2 projects.
You're saying everything that I'm saying right now. The fact that she's only had 2 projects and she's been a little girl star. She was a child prodigy. She was on the news doing crazy notes that no one else could do.
Are you saying that she should be?
She should be bigger than Beyonce. Beyonce doesn't make music like her. Like she actually creates music with the instruments.
Rhetoric with the horrible. This might be one of your worst takes ever.
It's a horrible take that I think somebody who actually is musical talent.
Her should be bigger than Beyonce.
Yes,
bigger than her. You sound fucking stupid.
No, I don't sound stupid.
You sound stupid as shit.
No, I don't. Somebody who with her actual talent, she ain't just sitting there and letting other motherfuckers write for her. She ain't sitting there drinking Aquafina at the Super Bowl.
That's crazy. Beyonce has gained a cult following from her longevity,
being a pop star.
Her longevity and her consistency. Her will eventually get to that point, and she might eventually be bigger than Beyonce. But she has not been established in her career long enough to be nobody that you
She's
can
been
be
in a
bigger
career
than
longer
Beyonce.
than Beyonce. She started her career way before Beyonce.
She has
Beyonce started a teenager. She was a little girl.
It doesn't matter. She has not been relevant for long enough.
You keep making my point though. She should have been being pushed way more relevant than she was.
She wasn't even comfortable enough showing us who she was.
And that goes to, again, you're making my point.
It's a difference. Beyonce was fully like, look at me, I'm a superstar.
But
she was behind the scenes writing for people, and she didn't want to come out. And then when she came out, she didn't want to show us her face. She's been slowly getting comfortable with the idea of fame.
It's so funny how you make my point. You don't even realize it.
She's not supposed to, but I don't think
okay, so just ask me a question. If Beyonce had her actual musical talent of her, you don't think Beyonce would be bigger than Taylor Swift?
What?
If Beyonce, it wouldn't be a conversation. If Beyonce had the talent that her has when it comes to actually playing instruments and music.
So you think Taylor Swift is bigger than Beyonce?
It wouldn't be a conversation.
You think Taylor Swift is bigger than Beyonce?
This is what I say. It wouldn't be conversation.
Because you're
I think they're comparable.
Me if
they're comparable, yes.
I don't think so.
Yes, they're comparable. Because of just the fan bases and all that comes with it. They're comparable.
I don't think
they
Taylor Swift can go on a world tour.
She just came off one. She just came from Japan.
And did the same world tour like Beyonce did and have people in uniforms like Beyonce did, have people crying like Beyonce did.
You
no,
sick as
Taylor
fuck.
Swift
Yes,
is
she
not.
is.
Taylor Swift is not doing that
you're
like
sick
Beyonce's
as fuck. She has
that.
Japanese people doing that. Yes, you're sick as fuck.
She's not doing that.
I'm telling you, yes, she does. You're literally wrong. But what I'm saying, no, I'm right. And that's what I'm saying is if Beyonce had the musical talent like her, actual playing the music, not just the ear that she has and just understanding the vibe of the culture, she had that, it would not even be a discussion between the two. I'm just being honest. And that's just 100%.
Taylor Swift is wildly mediocre. She can barely sing. She plays like 3 strings on the guitar. She can't dance. She's a horrible performer. Her shows are boring as shit. White women love her. She's like the picture of white mediocrity. When you put her up against Beyonce, who genuinely, she does have the ear, but then at the same time, she's been a performer that puts her soul into everything for mad long. When you watch them, the shows that they put on are not the same. They are not comparable at all. You're falling into fucking... I'm surprised also that you're falling into this rhetoric that Taylor Swift is on par with Beyonce. She is fucking not. She's not.
Talent-wise, no.
She has a producer and writers also, just like Beyonce. Taylor also writes. She writes more than Beyonce does. That is the only thing I'll give her. But then saying that, like, they're on par with each other. No, they are not. In artistry, they are not comparable. In performance, they are not at all even near. Taylor is down here. Beyonce is all the way up here when it comes to putting on a show. Beyonce has the most iconic Coachella performance in all of Coachella history and in the future ever. The production she puts into her craft, point blank period, is crazy. It does not, Taylor Swift does not come near that. And then her voice, let's not even come close to talking about like the science of the octaves that Beyonce can hit and the runs that she does and the way that she uses her voice as a musical instrument. Taylor Swift cannot do that.
Okay.
They don't come close at all, point blank period. That's a terrible take.
No, because you just misunderstood what I said. I didn't say anything about talent. I said she would be bigger, meaning her fan base and cult following would be amassed.
You said
more.
if Beyonce had the same natural talent as her did.
Yes, with her
But
same work
Beyonce
ethic and the same thing that she had.
her own natural talents. And
I
then,
didn't say that.
And then I'll also say that her can play a guitar, but her can't sing like Beyonce.
Again, I can agree with that, but I feel like still with the range of her voice,
her instrument,
still is
but
really good.
Beyonce's instrument, I would say Beyonce's voice is stronger than her learning to play guitar.
I would disagree.
Being
I would
able
disagree.
to
The voice, I would disagree. I would
Oh,
disagree.
really?
Yes.
No,
Hers
I-
voice is amazing.
No,
That was why she was on the news.
No, I'm not comparing. I'm saying that if you're saying instrument wise,
I'm talking
right?
about
If
her natural talent and gift with music itself.
okay,
When it comes to playing, she doesn't just play the guitar. She plays a bunch of instruments.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. When it comes to actually understanding the art of music and who she is and the product that she's able to take, if she had the confidence and was able to go out like Beyonce, she would be bigger than both her and Taylor Swift.
I don't think she would be.
Well, we can just debate
I
that.
don't think she would be because of the
We got a
type
bunch
of,
of more to talk
the
about.
type of music that she makes, and then also what she looks like.
No, I feel you. I think she's a beautiful girl, though. All right, let's get into these ads. Superbowl ads were crazy. And my favorite one was the Jesus ads because it showed to me that you conservatives
Propaganda.
do not read. No, it's not propaganda. Well, you can say it is propaganda. It's all fucking
Christian
media.
propaganda.
It's media. But it's not. It didn't even hit the base right. The conservatives were pissed about this. And it showed that they don't know what Jesus is. They don't know who he was as a person. They don't read the Bible. They keep saying all stuff like, oh, Jesus would never wash the feet of sinners. Yes, he would.
Literally would.
He would wash the feet of sinners. Like, literally, he said, he without sin cast the first stone. Like, this is literally in the Bible. Basically, he's telling you that you can't throw judgment at others and punishment at others if you are also with sin. And that's not just, outright homosexuality and prostitution. No, it's with sin at all.
I wonder who paid for this. Did we look that up? Who
I
paid
did
for
look
this,
up a little bit of it. I had
this
it
ad?
pulled up. So it is a company who was it because He Is Us. I believe that's the name of
He
it.
Is Us.
Yeah, He Is Us is the company who owned this Jesus, who's putting out the Jesus ad. And like I said, I looked up some of the companies that were associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
It was only one thing that came up.
He Gets Us.
Yeah, He Gets Us. Excuse me. But yeah, basically they're a company associated with. Let me see. I'm on their website. It's another like bigger Christian organization that they work with, and that's who they just make all of these campaigns and videos to just talk about Jesus and promote, his teachings and things like that. But people were upset, like, because they had like the girl getting an abortion, where he was washing her feet. They had the gay man get his feet washed by the pastor. Like, folks was really upset.
Let me tell you this. So on I'm on hegetsus.com. They're like about us. So
Yeah, I'm on that too.
how did the story of Jesus, this is their like about me. How did the story of Jesus, the world's greatest love story, get twisted into a tool to judge, harm, and divide? How do we remind people that the story of Jesus belongs to everyone? These questions are the beating heart of He Gets Us. We hope to remind everyone, including ourselves, that Jesus' teachings are a warm embrace, not a cold shoulder. That he didn't let pro this or anti that opinions prohibit him from seeing the value in all people. He gets us, invites you to explore Jesus' story on your own terms and at your own pace. Our message isn't from a particular church, nor is it affiliated with any denomination. Our campaign comprises humble perspectives from a diverse group of Jesus fans and followers with a variety of faith journeys and lived experiences bound by a common desire to rediscover and share the compelling story of Jesus' life in a new way. I like that.
I mean, I don't want to get it wrong.
He's
because
just like, y'all are Christians have done the wrong thing with the Bible, and we're trying to show y'all that Jesus loved everyone. And yeah, that seems like what they're trying to do.
See, what it is it's not that Jesus, okay, so Jesus had a commandment of people to love. It's basically to say that it's not your right. That's the main thing that Christians miss out. It's not your job to judge. It's not your job to go out and make people live a particular way. Jesus never discussed that. Jesus was always, your job was to be an example to others. For everybody to look around you and say, why is he so much different than everybody else? Not because you put in strict and force people to do these things. No, because you gave them the opportunity to show this is why you should want to do it. But all of y'all have been lost. Y'all don't even know who Jesus is. If y'all saw Jesus today, most of these conservatives would want to drop a bomb on him. If we're keeping it a bean. Jesus was a revolutionary. He spoke against a lot of the structural forces that the churches were doing and what they were putting out. He would have been against a lot of this banking system that you guys push. He would have been open borders for everyone. He would not have questioned about anything regarding that. Like, the man who was in those books, who spoke those red letters, y'all use him as a tool for hate.
Yeah.
And this atheist right here was using scriptures to shit on niggas on X. Folks talking about, oh, Jesus wouldn't want that. Jesus told you to turn the other cheek, my brother. He told you to, if you don't have sin, don't cast the first stone. He gave you plenty of parables of taking in the prodigal son. He told you so much. I love when these stories come up because I know more about y'all God than you do. And it's so fun to watch you squirm as I speak about your religion that you have no clue of. It's my favorite thing to do. I love it. I feast upon it. And I'm just sick of y'all. Y'all don't know Jesus. Y'all use him, again, as a tool of destruction, a tool to, like, you use him like the Roman Empire. You manipulate his images just so that you can live a life of nothing and mediocrity, so that you can sit here and say these little things that they're not your challenges. Those aren't the things that you walk through with Christ. Those aren't your battles. So then you can just use those as, oh, I'm better than you because that's not my battle. That's not my addiction. That's not my crutch. But you know what is your crutch? You know what all y'all crutches are. Y'all know the problems that y'all have. The shit that eats inside of you. The shit that you can't even look in a fucking mirror for because you know how trash and disgusting you are. You niggas talk about that. Oh, y'all gay homies. You know what's in y'all search history. Y'all do. Y'all got them T-boys in there. Y'all got them T-girls in there. You know what you're looking at. You nasty square fucks. Jesus sees it too. He sees you beating your little dick to the boys touching each other. Just remember that.
Oh my God.
He does. He does. And he still forgives you. You nasty fucking motherfuckers.
It's the best thing about Christianity.
Jesus will say, come out the closet. We'll work from there. How about that?
You're forgiven for all of the things.
So then there was an Israel ad. They had one promoting Israel. Crazy.
Of course there was, because they have all of the money.
Also, too, Kanye, he dropped an ad. He spent $7 million for a 60-second spot. I didn't even see it. That's why I was crazy when I seen it on Twitter and X. I was surprised. I was like, I must have missed it.
Mm-hmm.
But that was,
I missed it too.
He said it's $7 million. He didn't have no money to do it. He did this most Kanye thing you could ever do. He's like, hey, just go to my website. And one thing I will say about this that I appreciated, he was a person of his word, because he said if he had control of the price point, it wouldn't be that high. Mm-hmm. And they said if you still going today, it's still like $20 for a lot of the gear. I don't know if he's clearing house or something, but he made $19 million, he said, from a $7 million play. That's a great flip.
Yeah.
That's a great flip.
Made a profit.
A real profit.
Love that for you.
That's over 100. That's well over 100%. He made
Go
his
use
money
it
back.
to get some therapy.
Or just put your wife in some
Therapy.
more revealing clothing. That was pretty fly too.
He doesn't have to pay for her to wear.
He
nothing.
pays the clothes though, probably the material.
It takes
It's like
15 cents at the fabric store to buy whatever the fuck he's making for her to wear.
I'm with it. Hey, keep it up.
The shoes cost more than everything.
I'm with it. He was
when she's wearing shoes.
I think I was proven right about this Vulture album too.
You were.
He's stealing samples from you white people
He did name it Vulture.
and Donna Summers. Well, I mean, she didn't want to give it up either. But I thought the internet was killing Ozzy.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne was talking about how he wasn't no anti-Semitic, doing his sampling his music and all that. Then they came with you in 4K, little nigga, little white
they
boy.
said, "Is this you?"
Did you just say that's you saying you admired Hitler even though he was a bad guy? We saw you, Ozzy. It don't die. Like, that is crazy.
Y'all can say shit like that to be edgy or whatever, but when Kanye say it, I still don't like it. I think all of y'all are dumbasses, but y'all want to come at him for saying it. Like, that's really wild.
Y'all don't want to show no grace to nobody else, but then y'all want out here shoot because y'all handlers telling y'all this who y'all need to shoot at. Y'all are clowns. Ozzy used to stand for something, but you a bitch now.
Yeah.
You a real bitch. I used to watch
Sirius
Ozzy
XM
Osbourne.
bitch.
And you was out there beating on your wife, and you know what? A lot of niggas looked away from all that. But you know what? We exposing you, nigga. And all your bullshit. Freaking.
I didn't know he used to beat on his wife, child.
Well, allegedly, there was some things going on the show where they showed they was having some incidences too.
Oh.
But no, it was somebody else who I was actually talking to in Spaces that was telling me
Jeez.
about that. They had some instances of abuse between them. But again, that's all alleged. But again, Ozzy, stop that bull. We ain't with it. We ain't with that. We gonna protect ours, especially this coming year. We the vultures now. We stealing all y'all little noises. Nigga, real shit.
Hey, I don't know this regardless.
We can touch back on that because Beyonce did have an announcement.
Oh yeah, so Beyonce, speaking of Super Bowl, Beyonce is dropping a new album. So Renaissance Act 2 is dropping, and Act 2 is a country act. She dropped 2 songs. It was Texas Hold'em and something else. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
And just so y'all know, this was the water that Beyonce was drinking right here.
16 carriages.
You see this? Aquafina. Don't be over here talking about y'all rich and up. And like y'all drinking Aquafina at the fucking Super Bowl.
This nigga is messy as fuck.
No, for real. Don't tell me, that's what the stadium served. That's Beyonce. If you who you think you are.
Like, if the whole stadium is only serving Coca-Cola products,
then
you're only
Beyonce,
gonna have
no.
Aquafina and fucking
No.
what's the other
What,
trash
Dasani?
one? Dasani.
No. If you're Beyonce, you can get what you want if you're who you tell us you are. And also, a lot of y'all celebrities in these videos and on these ads, I know y'all hurting. Because I heard Beyonce for almost a whole minute.
I heard Verizon paid Beyonce like $30 million for that ad.
Oh, okay. We'll see. I wonder how much is going to Uncle Sam.
I'm over here. I saw that, and then I logged on to my Verizon app. Because how much are y'all charging me?
So are we not, hold on,
How can y'all afford Beyonce? Lower my bill.
But are we not looking into the issue with this? Because this has never been their business pattern.
Verizon?
No, Beyonce and Jay-Z. This is what I'm saying. This is a money play. Like, there's something going on. I don't think the frequency of money that's been coming in is keeping them afloat on what.
You don't think after the Renaissance tour?
I think that stuff costs a lot more than what you think.
All of the merch that she sold, and then
I think a lot of
perfume,
stuff. I
and
think a
then
lot of, again,
the fact that
doesn't
she
mean she
didn't do no visuals.
again, revenue coming in. I think there's revenue coming in. I think that the revenue that's coming in doesn't match what it takes to be Beyonce. I think that's happening very often in media right now. I think that's what's coming. I think it takes, let's just say it takes $2 million a month to be Beyonce. I think it may be generating 1.3, 1.5. Like, it could be at a loss. And so now we have to do things, because anytime they've ever done deals like this, we have had a whole article, press release about this. We have never had no surprise ad dropping. Huh?
Beyonce does surprise shit all the time. Beyonce is
Listen,
the
stop,
queen
listen,
of surprise
stop
shit.
listening to half of what I said. I say prize ad where she's working with a company. We've not seen that. When they come out, they drop
I'm
whole
just
list.
saying,
No, I'm saying when
it's
they
in
drop,
Beyonce's bag to just do surprise shit point blank across the board.
not
That's
like this.
her bag.
In the past, that has not been how they've done business. They would do a whole press release talking about what endeavor that they're doing. When she was working with Adidas and all that other shit, they put out whole press releases. Remember, what's that little Ivory Park? That didn't do that well.
No,
Adidas dropped that.
Every time Beyonce does a clothing related thing, it doesn't do well. House of Darion.
That's what I'm
doesn't
saying.
do
There's a
well.
lot of
Ivy
stuff.
Park didn't do well.
There's a lot of investments that's been going in that have not been panning out. And I said, this doesn't just stand for her. I think that goes for everybody. Inflation is real. People are doing things. People are on podcasts with ads that they say they wouldn't put ads on. Like, inflation is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it a bean. But, hey, just look at your faves. I just want you to know. They may not be having it the way they do. That's all. They said they wasn't going to pay Beyonce's on the country radio stations. They bringing back real racism. They said they sent an email to the dude saying, we are a country station and we do not play Beyonce.
Well, Beyonce's making country music, so.
No, I mean, that's what they said. I mean, so.
Also, Beyonce's from Texas. Lana Del Rey is from New York. She's also dropping a country album. Let's see what the difference in the reaction is between the two of them. Because if anybody is closer to making a country album, Beyonce is, because that's how she grew up in Texas. Lana Del Rey grew up in fucking New York. But Lana Del Rey is probably going to be more accepted with her country album because she's a white woman. It doesn't matter how country you are. It matters how white you are.
Yeah, we need a little bit of that paleo on there. All right, so before we finish up the Super Bowl, there was a crazy story about an African billionaire that passed. So I want to give Aja _Ba some shine for this reporting she did.
I find it very weird that no one is talking about how there were 6 Nigerian billionaires who died in a plane crash mysteriously while on their way to the Super Bowl, and how Biden just posted this cryptic ass message right after they died. The CEO of one of the largest banks in the country was on a helicopter with pilots, family, and the CEO/chairman of the Nigeria Stock Exchange when their helicopter mysteriously caught fire and crashed while on their way to the Super Bowl. And what are the odds that Biden on his presidential X account drops this photo with glowing red eyes and this weird caption that shocks all of America? And the caption for this picture that he actually posted on the presidential Twitter account was, "Just like we drew it up," and everyone thought that they were talking about the Super Bowl when they weren't. I honestly believe that this is what they were talking about. And if you are unfamiliar with the Nigerian Stock Exchange and what they have going on right now with America and just the overall fight for power, money, and greed, you need to pay attention to what is going on. One of the people on that aircraft was a chief executive of Access Bank, and his wife and his son were among those 6 people that were on board, and it went down shortly after 10 p.m. on Interstate 15, and all 6 people were killed, including 2 pilots and the former chairman of NGX Group, the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And what's so crazy, it is saying that authorities are investigating it, which means to me they may suspect foul play. They are trying to say that this could take up to 2 years. This entire investigation could take up to 2 years, and they are calling it a terrible tragedy. The Super Bowl was a giant ritual.
So I was seeing here, because the gentleman that they're talking about, his name is Herbert Wigwe.
Mm-hmm.
He was the person who was the money man. And I guess the other gentleman who she was talking about was the other stock exchange.
It's not 2 people. So it was one guy. So
that's what I was seeing in all my people.
Yeah, I'm reading the article. He's group CEO of Access Bank. Okay, no, it's 2. And Bimbo
he got a long name.
Ogun Banjo, and he's the former group chairman of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So it was 2 different. It
people.
was two billionaires.
Well, we don't know.
He
He may not be a billionaire. We don't know that.
And then their families.
That's crazy though. For a helicopter, they say they think. I was reading somewhere else. They say they think might be potential weather to relate it to it. But that's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
but because stop taking helicopters at this point. Like,
it is that, especially that far.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to fly to Vegas, right? From California. I think that's what the trajectory I saw that was. Oh, we got to talk about one more thing about the Super Bowl. We got to talk about one more thing with the Super Bowl. Yo, you conservatives keep showing y'all ass. You know they was upset about the Lift Every Voice and Sing, the Black National Anthem.
They were also upset about how much they showed Taylor Swift, and then everyone they counted it, and it was 54 seconds of airtime that Taylor Swift got during the whole Super Bowl.
It was like 1% of
the
whole show. But I don't care about that. Y'all white folks these new white folks is violating. I'm not cool with this, yo. Y'all really upset anytime y'all see black anything now.
Yeah.
Like there's literally contention around, there's literally elected officials talking about, why is there a black national? There's only one. Do you know the original national anthem mentioned slavery? Why do we want to talk about that? Like, I know y'all took it out. We don't do that verse. It's still in there.
It still exists.
It mentions slavery in y'all national anthem. Why do we want that? Why? No, my nigga, we want this. Yeah. We want to lift every voice and sing, country ass niggas. Stop hating on our shit. Charles Kirk and fucking that Wallace bitch ass thing. I'm tired of y'all pussy ass crackers.
Black people are here. We exist. And
get used to it, nigga.
If we want to have our own shit because all of y'all shit is rooted in our oppression, then we're going to do so. And y'all are just going to have to suck it up and shut the fuck up. God damn. Y'all call like our generation snowflakes and we complain about shit all the time, but y'all cry about every single fucking change that is made. Every single change. Y'all cry more than we do. Shut up. We're tired of it. Shut the fuck up.
Y'all niggas is corny. Y'all white boys is corny. Y'all ain't really hitting on nothing. And lift every voice and, suck my dick.
Till earth and heaven ring, suck my dick.
Glock 10,000 over here. Pussy boy. Bow, bow, bow. All right, man, we got to get into your girls, man. They,
Which ones?
Poor minds.
Oh,
they are destroying the black community.
Those are my girls. I love them.
Shout out to them. You did get mentioned on their show before.
I have, yes.
So shout out to that. But I'm not cool with this, man. They got this Will the Beast over here talking niggas down.
Before you play this, I am a regular listener of Poor Minds. Now, I'm a regular listener of Poor Minds.
I go at Joe Budden all the time.
No.
Don't be trying to cop please.
No, I'm not trying to cop please for, nobody was coming at Lex Andrea. I love Lex Andrea. Everyone was coming at this woman, the guest that they had on. First of all, we hate when Lex Andrea have guests on. Hate that shit. Every time they're like, we got a guest today. That's a song they do. I'm like, fuck. Why? I just want to hear y'all together do y'all thing. But they be having guests. I listened to this, and I didn't know what she looked like at all. I always listen to them in my car. I assumed that she was bad as fuck, which she's gorgeous, but conventionally, it's not in the box that niggas be wanting women to be in a box of. So after I listened to this, when I listened to it, I was like, I'm not 100% on board with you. Not this part. It was a long episode. I was like, you sound a little crazy. We not clicking and meshing all the way. And then I saw her on Twitter and I was like, oh, this is what you look like while you was talking like that? They are not gonna let you have that at all. Like, I wasn't letting you have it as a woman listening to it fully. Like, you wasn't getting away with it. Now, that's crazy.
This was full big arm energy, okay? That's all it was. This was big mama, move your arm energy.
I just want to let y'all know that this woman is happily married to a white man.
Vile behavior.
German Jewish. I think he said he was like Swedish Jewish or like German Jewish.
So you're with a man who's fetishing you. He's fetishing your heavy setness, and he wants you because of that.
We don't know.
He
might
wants
fat
an exotic. Too. He could still be fetishizing her. He wants an exotic fat black woman. That's what's exotic to him. Just like these niggas over here be wanting the Latinas with the brown, with the dark hair and the eyes and all that shit. That's what is the opposite over there. You are being fetishized. So let's listen to what this I don't even understand how you could not hear her breathing hard the whole time she's talking. Like, I could tell this was a big woman before I even clicked on it. I could just tell when I started hearing it.
So if you're making $50,000, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you when
you're not ready to date. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs. Okay. You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play.
Now, we already know you is not doing no 33 walks. Ain't shit about her walking nowhere.
So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make $50,000, but you live in a shoe. And now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel bitch that's gonna date you when you have no money. If she doesn't have the expectation, and
that's what we go with women like you for. This is what the big women like you are for. To be the bottom of the barrel. You can't be talking like that when you are to men the bottom of the barrel. That's just real shit. You are the nigga. That's why you ain't with a black man. Because a black man will look at you as bottom of barrel. That's just real shit. Like, I'm not over here trying to shit at you, but when we gonna be talking about, what you should be dating for, let's really talk about it. Ma'am, you are too big to be dating. You are 200 pounds plus. Why are you dating?
Whoa.
Why are you not? I'm asking a question. Why?
Whoa.
I'm saying, I didn't make the rules. She said, let's make a rule about dating for men. Why are we not making a rule for you then?
Wow.
If you're going to be looking like this, if you're going to be looking like a ham hock is on your arm, why are you dating? Why are you not getting a surgery to fix yourself? Why are you not putting your body through struggles and triggers so that you look ideal for a man that actually has your complexion? Who's not hitting you because, I just want to hit something different. I want to bring the exotic elephant with me when I come to my family reunion.
You keep that camera on you right now.
I'm just keeping it a bean. I'll let her finish.
I'll tell you this right now. Enjoy it while it lasts because eventually you're going to want to run because she doesn't stretch you. She doesn't make you the man that you need.
You don't stretch, bitch. When the last time you touched your toes? When you look in the mirror standing up, do you still see your vagina?
Is she that big?
Look at her face. What are we talking about here?
Need to become. She allows you to be this stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
Be cutting up. You talk about.
Okay, and the nigga allow you to sit there and eat steaks and burgers all day while you getting a big ass gravitational pull.
Nigga is going off.
I'm just saying. You want to get a gravitational pull on you every year. Your shit getting stronger than the sun's, but you want to shit on niggas because of systematic problems that are coming to when we talk about payment. Fuck you. I'm gonna shit on you. Shit, I can't believe. I'm glad you went to a white man because my brothers don't deserve this. All the struggle and the shit they got to go through. They deserve a very more beautiful woman than you. Niggas who making 50K deserve better than a woman who weighs 50K. Let's keep it a fucking bean, yo. Straight up. And say what you want, nigga. I'm an incel. My wife is right next to me, nigga. Period. All right, now I want to support some disabled people now. I want to support the disabled people now.
After he's done fat shaming and body shaming this poor black woman, he wants to
poor black. No, she's not. She got a rich German man.
No, not poor financially.
Oh. Fat. Just call her fat black woman. Let's call her that. That's what Monique said it's okay. We just calling it like we see it. And I don't mind bigger women. I just think that you shouldn't be going on talking about people's financial situations and what they should do and basically call for eugenics of poor people because you ain't putting no stipulations on you. You over here can eat the whole fucking restaurant out. But niggas supposed to be able to support your fat ass. Shit's crazy. All right, so back to supporting the disabled. I got to find this little clip here because they've been killing this lady. So she was going in and she started talking about, what happened with, 2020 and how, people got shut down. And she was basically speaking to the fact that, the government let us down during that time. They went out of their way to not provide the type of resources that they needed. And the thing that kind of got a lot of people upset, though, with her, where she spoke about, like, masking and not wearing a mask. And that kind of bothered a lot of people because, damn, I can't find this shit.
She said that she wasn't wearing a mask.
Basically, she was just saying like masks were bullshit and all that other stuff, and it was just a way of trying to put a Band-Aid on the fact that the government wasn't doing what they were supposed to do during that time period. Seems like they've deleted this video. It is another instance in which y'all have stopped the disabled. Y'all are trying to stop people from shitting on people who are against the disabled, and I'm not here for it.
Do you remember the gist of it?
Yeah, basically she was just talking about what was going on with the government, how they failed, but the part about the mask was the part that shitted on people. People did not like that, and that's important because honestly, the mask is probably for the betterment of people, and mostly the disabled people. Like I remember when folks was talking about that. Again, I don't wear the mask everywhere I go because I understand that if everybody's not doing it, it's pointless. From all the research that I've gathered, if everybody's not collectively doing it, then it's no point of doing it. So if we make a law where everybody has to wear masks, I'll put mine on. But I'm not going to do something that's not.
Well, is that necessary anymore? I don't think that's necessary.
No, it is. For disabled people, yes. They're literally begging us to do that. They're saying, bro, you're killing regular people. We can't go to the stores and feel safe. Because
COVID still to this day?
Yes. It has not stopped. It's only gotten worse. If you look up the people who have gone to the hospital, the numbers have only been either steady or increasing. Like they'll have sparks where they go low and then they'll go up and go down. Like it's been a steady pattern, and disabled people are still getting the brunt force of this. And like there's been a whole bunch of people like what's her name? She's a big track record of defending disabled people on social media. She's been speaking out heavily about it, and I follow a lot of people, and they've made great points about, bro, people have compromised immune systems. They have a lot of situations going on, and for us to be so haphazard and not understand like this was a step in the right direction of being around each other and limiting how much contact and how much germ spread and stuff, like it was working.
I'm sorry, y'all don't live in the right country. Y'all don't live in the right country for people to have a hive mind to care about other people, to do things that are for the betterment of everyone if it doesn't directly benefit me. Move somewhere. I'm sorry. Like the United States, our society does not work that way. It's very individualistic. We do what's good for ourselves individually and our families and the people who we directly care about, but we don't do things that are good for the people who we don't know, who we don't actually directly care about. That's not how we function. If you're somebody who is disabled and you're somebody who is immune compromised, then in the United States, like the general public is just not gonna give a fuck about you. That's not how the American has been trained to behave or think at all. If you were in like Japan, then it would be different. If all of the Japanese elders came out and all of the immune deprived, the immune deficiency people came out and was like, we need everybody to wear masks, then they would probably do so. But in the United States, that's not going to happen. We have a different type of society, and it's fucking sucks, but y'all are fucked.
Well, no, they wear masks over there and it's fashion. They were doing that before us.
They've been doing that.
Yeah, it's fashion and stuff over there.
But I'm just saying, like, people care about each other, like,
what it is it's not that.
As a group more than we do in the United States.
That's not exactly why they do that, though. They do it because
I'm not talking about the masks specifically. I'm just talking about in their society, they care more about, like, they don't throw garbage on the streets. Like, they care more about each other as a group, and they think about the general public more than they think about themselves and just the people in their bubble.
I would disagree.
American people don't think about people outside of their bubble, and we don't even think about people outside of our American bubble. Our news cycle is very egocentric. We're an egocentric society.
Those things are true. The thing is the system itself forms itself to that. Like, people over there don't necessarily care about people more than what they do. There is a system that they understand and that they feed into because they benefit from that system.
Okay. So that system is more beneficial to the, like, hive mind than ours is, regardless of how you word it. The people who are handicapped here are fucked. Period.
No, I mean, they are, for sure. That's why she and in a tweet that her name is Imani Barbrin, and she was just like, it's just a frequency in which y'all forget disabled people exist.
Yeah.
And it just happens all the time.
Because I'm part of it. I am a selfish American. I don't have anybody who has any immune deficiencies. I don't have anybody who's handicapped, who's directly affected by this. So I had absolutely no clue this was happening.
I mean, like I said, I'm with y'all on the disabled front. I wish that we could do more. If I feel like I need to put on a mask now, just let me know in the comments that you feel like that's what I should be doing. I rarely leave the house anyway, so.
To be fully honest with you, like, I'm not putting on a mask if I'm the only one in the whole bitch with a mask on. Like,
I just don't feel like that's going to protect people. That's all.
That's not going to do nothing. If 99% of the population don't got a mask on and I got on a mask, you still can't come outside. I'm just uncomfortable. You're just fucked. I'm sorry. It sucks.
Let's get into this red flags list. Shit was huge.
Okay.
So it was a red flags list for women, and it was probably like 40 things on here.
Oh, let me read it since it's a. What is it?
It's
written by women or
no? It's us against y'all.
Okay.
So
I still want to read it.
Okay, it's about stuff that we don't want y'all to have. These are. I'll read the top first. So, a list of red flags indicating that a woman is a bad bet for a long-term relationship. What else? So basically, this means if you have any of these things, most time men are gonna look at you like you're just something to sleep with.
Bitch boy list. So
it's always anytime you don't be going for no bullshit, yo, you a bitch boy, yo. That's it. No, I know. If real niggas was around, they'd be going. Y'all definition of real niggas is nigga who go for anything.
The first thing on the list is stupid. That's why I call it a bitch boy list. Has tattoos.
Yes, that is something that you need to definitely go for. That means she's making ideas about herself.
I have 2 tattoos.
I'm not rich either.
Okay.
It's a red flag.
You definitely not rich.
So I say.
Already has kids.
I can understand that.
Vapes, nicotine, cigarettes.
Okay, yes. The cigarette again. I was a nigga who fell victim to the cigarette smokers. I don't know why.
Well,
I always thought it was
smoked,
cute
though.
I mean, I smoked cigarettes before, but
no, you smoke.
I'm saying, but that doesn't.
It says smokes / vapes, nicotine / cigarettes.
And so listen
on
to
this
what I said.
list,
But
all
listen
of the things.
Listen to what I just said. I did not. Again, ladies and gentlemen, y'all see the trouble out here. I just talked about just smoking cigarettes. That doesn't mean those other 2 things don't have to or don't exist. I just talked about 1 point. Go to the next one.
Has guy friends.
Yes. It's problematic.
So out of the we're at 4, I have 3 of these 4.
Yes. Red flag, a walking red flag.
That you married. Married in the past. Is overweight.
Okay, we're good.
Like,
what do you mean? It's overweight.
Doesn't know how to cook. Doesn't enjoy daily cooking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't enjoy daily cooking.
Another red flag.
Parents divorced. My parents are divorced. We're sexualized clothing. I do that.
Red
Poor
flag.
relationship with father. I love my dad. No father figure. Sexually experienced. Good blowjob giver.
Nobody wants that.
You want bad head?
No, I want head that I taught you to give.
Okay. Broken cell phone screen.
Wears
makeup daily.
Irresponsible.
Wears makeup daily. Wears excessive cake face foundation makeup.
I mean, she doesn't apply it right.
Been raped or abused.
Can we get into something about that?
Mm-hmm.
I know men who have that thought. Because you got to think like this. If I enjoy something and that something was used to you as violence, that's going to be kind of a hard connection to want to do that.
It's really messed up, but like I wouldn't want to date somebody who has those like that much baggage around. Like
it is a tough experience.
Your sexual
identity. That's a tough experience to be around. Like that's a real thing.
It is, yeah.
So I mean,
I don't think I'm emotionally capable of being in a relationship with somebody who has that much trauma around something that is like that normal in our relationship.
Yeah, I mean, so I can definitely understand where it's like, especially if it's something that they wear on their sleeve and are really expressive about, that's gonna make you feel weird. Yeah. Where it's like, oh damn, like am I doing something that's reminding you of that person? Like what's going on? Like it's gonna make the situation bad. So I mean, I'm not saying that person is a bad person for that. I just understand that it could be a difficult thing to circle the square.
Just like I think this is the same ish topic, just a different just a different part of it. But I wouldn't date somebody who was like a recovering addict or like had substance abuse problems anywhere in their life. That's not something that I want to deal with, especially if you have been like 10 years clean, cool. But like I was watching something on The Cut, and she said that she was 2 years ish sober, and I would have got up and walked away. 2 years ish? You said ish and put it in quotation marks? Like, I'm not dealing with a recovering addict.
Well,
Period, point blank.
It depends on the drug.
Nope.
Yes, it would.
Bro, it doesn't. Alcohol, not doing it. Crack, not doing it. Cocaine, not doing it. Pills, prescription drugs, all of them, not doing it. What else? What else can you get addicted to?
Trank?
Not doing it. Not doing it.
You could be addicted to the trank.
Honestly, if you have mommy issues, if you have been, I'm not doing it.
They would say, I got mommy issues.
You don't. Your mother loved you.
I didn't say she didn't. I just said people
and
would say
you know that. So people say you have mommy issues, but you just have a nuanced relationship with your mother. They're not necessarily issues, though. It's different.
You think me and my mom should do an interview like Logic and his dad?
No, I don't think. I don't think y'all should do that at all. I think that would hurt your relationship more than it helps.
Do you think what he did was wrong?
Logic, yeah, I think y'all should have worked that out in probably family counseling if it was that important to you to talk through. If you felt the need to set up cameras and lights and do makeup before you had that conversation, obviously it was for some type of benefit. I don't know if it was just for, you might have been on some like, I just want other people to see this, which is still weird to me because putting your trauma on display like that it's weird and it's unnatural.
But that's
so
his whole brand, though.
Forced.
Like, to me, that's his whole brand. So it's always been about putting my trauma up front and being who I am. So I kind of understood what was going on. Like, granted, yeah, putting it out, I can agree with that. Fundamentally, is not cool. You're literally trying to get over on your parent and make them look bad in a better light. At the same token,
it's not even the making them look bad.
At the same token, this nigga was not the best parent, and I think that comes with consequences, especially when you have a successful child.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is an instance that's different from Monique and her son because the rabbit got the gun. So again, the rabbit got the kid has the gun now. So now I can make you kind of do a little bit of things because you want things from me. So if you want things from me, I'm not gonna necessarily put you through the same experiences and abuse that maybe I had to go through.
That's how I feel about Drake and his dad.
I think he was more neglect. It wasn't really abuse. It was just like his dad wasn't around.
Yeah.
And that's because he was trying to live his dream, trying to be a musician. So when you have that, I'm not mad at being like, hey, you want some money from me? Cool. You gonna be my punching bag for an hour. And I'm gonna express myself in a real way to you, an unfiltered way, and you gonna sit there and accept it. And I can be okay with that. Like, people, I would never talk to my dad. Again, your dad ain't do what his dad probably did to him.
Yeah, he probably doesn't see him as a father figure like you would see your dad if he was actively there. If you respect your father, y'all not going to behave.
Or you could have an unhealthy fear of your parent. I know so many people who are yes ma'am, no sir to somebody that they fucking hate that's their parent. Way more. They look at me and the way I talk to my parents like I'm crazy.
Like you're a white boy.
Yeah. They'll look at me like I'm crazy compared to how they still 30-some years old. Yes, sir, no, sir.
In common.
Folks, they don't even look at their parents in their eye.
People can't even like disagree with their parents. And black people specifically take you disagreeing with your parents, you bucking back at the system, you telling them that like, no, that is just full out disrespecting, you're acting white. And that is not the case at all. I feel like not aligning with the status quo is inherently white. It is not like when you I forgot the thought train of thought I was going on. No, but okay, that's what I was thinking.
White.
when white kids are regularly trained to not just fall in line like black kids are.
No, when you have a fucking mentality that's outside of a slave mentality, like, yes, some boss and grandmas give me that Bibles. Yeah, nigga,
White children are taught to question things, and black children are taught to just take it as it is. Like, you just have to not question your parents, point blank, period.
Again, it goes back. A slave mentality.
Yeah.
Our lineage, especially in America with black people, has been coming through slavery.
Yeah.
So that is our relationship with authority figures. So we kind of push that for generations.
So that's why I feel like bucking back is a
but
little
it's not
bit.
even,
It's
to me,
white people are more comfortable
but it's not
with
even
doing it.
bucking
White
back.
children are more
But
comfortable.
it depends. There's a difference between bucking back and giving resistance. Like, bucking back is like your dad steps to you and speaks to you in a loud term, and you push that nigga on the ground.
Okay.
That's bucking back.
Resistance. I'll take that
is
back.
like, yeah.
Resistance is more. It's white kids are more comfortable doing that than black kids are.
Yeah, I mean, but they're also in an environment that isn't taught from slavery. Like, even if like white kids get abused,
their environment encourages that. They thrive on that.
Yeah, I mean, even if white kids get abused, you still see them talking shit to their dad.
Yeah,
like they'll still be like, "Oh, fuck you, old man," and then they'll get punched in the fucking face.
Yeah, white kids are gonna talk shit regardless.
You know, but then you have it on the other end where it's like a lot of black people who they won't even raise their voice at their parent, and their parent be wrong as fuck. I could never be on that side because I speak my mind. I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and then you can tell me how you feel, and we can go from there.
Yeah,
I'll accept it. We can go from there. But again, just to say about what Logic said, I don't think he's wrong, bro. Like, I think if you want things from me and y'all keep asking things from me, cool. Come here and share into this what we going on. Go on camera with me and you mine now.
Yeah.
That's just a part of it.
I'll change my opinion on this. I feel like if you were the one that if I'm the kid that was neglected, then it's on my terms now.
Especially when you have the finances.
Yeah. If
it's on the term of who has the finances at the end of the day.
But are his terms a little clout chasey?
Yeah, but this is to make up for the money that you want from me.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, to me, it all seems around.
We'll agree on that.
If I'm the person who's
I'll change my tune up.
Like, if I'm the person who Charlemagne asked me who raped my sister, like on the national,
said, who the fuck raped your sister?
Like
what?
Yes, if I've felt that kind of shame, if Joe Budden regularly goes in and kicks my back in anytime I try to do anything that I love, yes, Pops, you gonna have to get this work from me. Because I can't, for some reason, I can't punch at these guys. They got on bulletproof vests.
Logic's first EP I enjoyed, Buried Alive, I think it was. It was really good. And then I think he started getting to his mixed bag after that. And then every song was I'm black and I'm white and I wasn't accepted here. And then it was just like a lot of complaining instead of just like rapping about like Quentin Tarantino like you did the first time. Like you were just a nerdy mix nigga when I fell in love with you. And then you started complaining nonstop about being mixed from then on. And I was like, this is not what else is your identity about, Logic? What else do you, because I know you enjoy movies and Quentin and all that stuff. Like that's how I was introduced to you. And then you went downhill from there. I hate it.
Hey, man, you got to kind of do what you got to do here. I ain't mad. I hope you get your whole family up there. Everybody who asked you for a house, you should just go up there and just kick their back in, each one.
And then this nigga married a white woman. So then, like, what do you...
Kick her back in, too.
What are you doing?
Bring the kid up there and you kick her back in. Don't he have a daughter?
A white woman?
Don't he have a daughter, though?
Yeah.
Kick her back in, too. Just bring her up on everybody. Just get the whole family up there, yo.
His daughter, like, you have white children now. So just calm down about the mixed shit.
I'm just telling you this, to kick everybody back in. That's going to be far more entertaining. I want to see the sister next. Like, whoever's asked you for anything, just go in there, kick they back in, and then buy them a house afterwards. You like the new Mr. Beast if you do that. Like, for real.
Evil Mr. Beast.
Yeah, that's exactly who you could be. You could be evil Mr. Beast.
Ah.
Oh, shit. All right. I think.
Oh my God! Speaking of Mr. Beast, I fucking was at the gas station the other day, yesterday, because I forgot to ask you to put gas in my car. But I'm over here in Buckhead. I'm putting gas in my car, and then there's this family, a car full of light-skinned niggas next to me, and then this man gets out of the car and he's like, "Excuse me, ma'am," and then I turn around and I see his girlfriend or wife and two little light-skinned children in the back seat, and he's like, "Oh, I need groceries. I need money to buy food for my children." And then at first I'm like, "Do you want to? I can walk inside with you. We can get snacks and shit." And then he's like, no. And I'm like, "What? I don't have any cash. Do you have Cash App?" I Cash App the man $40.
You fell for that?
He had two small children in the back.
Okay, that's called the finesse.
And they looked poor.
What kind of car was they in?
I don't know. It was maybe like a 2002, 2003 Toyota Camry.
Yeah, they thought you was sweet.
Yeah. So I Cash Apped him because he had children in the car. And then the lady was just sitting there like embarrassed looking. Like she looked ashamed of herself. So
I mean, yeah, why wouldn't you be? You over there asking people. I mean, that's tough. And she was white?
No, she was also light skinned. Everyone was mad light skinned.
Oh,
They
man.
were all black and light skinned.
Oh, okay. Yikes, man. Well, I mean, she probably was though. It's tough.
And there was two kids in
or
car
she
seats.
could have known they was finessing.
Or then there were two kids in car seats in the back seat.
I mean, you got a car, man. You can
They
go
was
up
in
to
a fishbowl too, no tents.
I'm just saying, you can go. You can go up to the whatchamacallit and get the food stamps. Like they'll give it to her. They may not give it to him, but they'll give it to her.
And I was like, why is he coming out and asking? She should be asking me. I would have gave them more money if she asked me.
Maybe he's just trying to be a stand-up dude for his environment, yo. I can't be mad at a young nigga for that, you know, or old nigga, whatever he was.
Yeah, and he was like, he just kept apologizing the whole time. He was like, "I'm sorry for asking." He just kept apologizing. Like it was an apology, sentence apology. Like every sentence was sandwiched in an apology.
Again, a lot of y'all, we talked about this in the Gail King video, man. A lot of y'all don't feel like when men go through financial things, it's a vulnerability, but it truly is. So I'm proud of you for helping somebody out.
And he seemed like he was like such a burden. Like
that's how men feel.
yeah,
like,
so that's why. So I originally typed in $20, and then I was like, if this is all real, he has a woman and two kids with him, and it's 2024. So I was like, let me send them 40 instead. Like, even if they're finessing me, like this isn't bad karma on my end at all. It's not hurting me at all to send them this money. So I just did it.
no, that's for real. That's good. That's good. Shout out to the AI that's clothing up you nasty women out there.
Why are y'all using AI to put clothes on women? You fucking noobs.
No, that's what's it. I like that. I like this. See, that's the kind of shit I like. I like shit like that. There's so much porn on the internet. It's like, yo, can I just get a pretty girl in a nice clothed dress?
There's a lot of that too. Like y'all act like there aren't pretty clothes.
No, they're not,
women.
bro. They're not. It's a girl that I
Your
follow.
algorithms are
No,
not
where's the
showing
girl
you
that I follow? Where's the girl that I follow? She tries to do all this shit where she's like tries to act like she's all holier than thou, and she got like the hairiest armpits ever, yo. What's her name, yo? They're not attractive, yo. The girls who
Rhetoric
the
does
girls
not
with
like
the clothes
women who
on
don't shave body hair. Like if you
No,
don't,
not when you got a whole midget underneath your arm. She got a afro underneath her arm, yo. That's just not attractive. And then she be over here shitting on untraditional women and all that stuff. Man, no. Go traditionally get that hair under your arms. That joint is not cute at all, bro. So no, the women who be on the clothes stuff don't be that cute. It's a reason why they clothes.
okay.
I'm trying to
saying
rein
there are
in
clothes women out there. You saying that they don't be looking good? I don't be looking at them like that for real.
Yeah,
so.
but I'm telling you what's attractive and what's not.
You know what? I'll take that back. There are, because most of the girls that I follow on Instagram, like I follow them because they fly as fuck and they be putting that shit on. So there are pretty girls who be putting that shit on. They just like,
Yeah, like Regina.
they don't be
Regina
having
putting it on.
the body. Who is Regina?
The thick girl we talked about before. Regina J or whatever. Or Regina J. Yeah, Regina J.
The one that went viral on Twitter.
On TikTok.
She specifically don't be putting that shit on.
She be having. Well, it look good.
It look good because it's on her body, and
Yeah.
that's all you looking at.
Okay.
But she don't be putting that shit on at all. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, y'all don't be following women who
We don't care.
like,
We want
you
you to
don't
look
care.
good. We want you to
Okay,
look
so
good.
that's you
That's all we want you to
complaining
do.
you be complaining about shit that you don't want to see.
We just want you to look good. If you gonna say, hey, nigga, you gotta have more than 50K to sleep with me, look good saying it.
And then the girls that really be putting that shit on, you be like, oh, I don't like baggy pants and blah, 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 blah.
Cause that's not cute.
And
Hate
I
that.
don't like when girls wear
That shit was annoying, man. Y'all young girls is crazy now. Like, that shit is disappointing. You going out there like, yo, you 22 years old, 23 years old. This is the best figure you probably gonna have in your life. Why are you not showing it off? I'm just trying to figure it out.
You can serve whatever you want to serve, ma'am. If you want to serve tomboy one day and then whore the next, do that.
All right, man. You ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
All right, man. This is thoughtful. This is Talk FNF TV.
What the fuck?
Talk FNF TV. Episode 31.
What is good with you?
I don't know. Episode 31 here is
We
in the
did
books.
not even acknowledge the fact that last episode was episode number 33.
That's why I said 31.
I was about to say 3, but I don't have a finger in the
You
middle
have
there.
this.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said 3. Like, this is
Like, you did like 3C, like you go into a
like
hotel
3.
room.
Like, this is like they're 3. Like, what the fuck?
It doesn't
Why
look
was
good at
that
all.
why was that my automatic thing?
'Cause
3-0. Last episode. Do your thing,
all right,
baby.
man. So this is Talk FNF TV. We just want to thank
Let
y'all.
me-
Like, follow.
Oh, I was gonna do that.
Oh, do it then.
Like, follow, subscribe, on all of the platforms at talk.fnf.tv. We appreciate y'all. We've been getting a couple more subscribers, so we love y'all. Keep enjoying and tuning in.
Keep pushing the numbers up, baby.
Yes. Even if you don't like it, tell us what you don't like. Dislike it.
Give us everything.
All of it.
And remember, life is a labor of love. So keep building together. And remember, your job is not your family. And the only thing that you should be exploiting is these corporations.
Period.
Turn up, show love. Hey, remember,
Boop,
Talk
boop,
FNF TV
boop,
will be
boop,
here.
boop, 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 boop.
And we out.